You're watching PTZOptics Live, a 1080p broadcast available exclusively on YouTube Live every Friday, streaming at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Broadcast quality made affordable. Thank you for tuning in.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to PTZOptics Live. My guest is Andrew Haley. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Andrew, I really appreciate you being here. And we also have Tess Protesto.
Hi.
Tess is our social media manager. She's going to give us some updates in a little bit here. But first, I wanted to start, as we always start our live shows, by letting you know that we live stream every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And if you hit that like button, you're helping us actually donate to charity. We donate to the Susquehanna Valley CASA. CASAs are court-appointed special advocacy systems that help children in need who are stuck in the court system, might not have a family, or somehow are in a juvenile delinquency area, and they help them get adoptions, get placed with families that can get them on a better start. We donated over $20,000 last year, and we're on the course to do $30,000 this year. So it's a really big project for us.
My mom's
I wanted
actually
to mention
involved
that
in our local CASA, so I'm very excited that you guys support that.
Oh, are you involved with your local CASA as well?
My family is, yeah. I just go and support my mom. She's really involved.
It's a
Nice.
nationwide thing. There's local CASAs in every county usually, and they do a great job. And just by raising like 20 to 30,000, which is what we're going to do this year, that allows them to hire a additional court worker that can actually help up to 5 to 10 children get out of the court system and get placed in adoption. So it's a really great cause. This next Friday, we're going to be talking with the Tech Buzz, Stephen Haywood, and he's going to tell us about how he uses the Wirecast Gear and Wirecast to do remote broadcasting. He did a remote broadcast in Leipzig, Germany, just a few months ago, so that'll be interesting. On March 10th, we're going to be talking about the USDA Distance Learning and Telemedicine Grant. The USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, has a $17 million grant to help communities in rural areas spread their message. So if you have a message that you need delivered from a rural area to connect people around the world with live streaming, video conferencing, or communications, we're going to talk about helping you win that grant from the USDA and help spread your message. You have to be somebody who is either a nonprofit in the government, a for-profit, but you have to have an educational message that's having a positive impact in the United States. This is a United States government grant. The next week, we'll be talking to Easy Live. The following week, we'll talk to Tom Sinclair, the host of Streaming Idiots. And then Tess actually set up an interview with Mario Armstrong. Tess, who the heck is Mario Armstrong?
So Mario Armstrong, I believe, is from Good Morning America. Pretty excited to have him on the show.
Wow.
He's starting a brand new live streaming show on the internet. It's called Never Settle. I'm really looking forward to it because it's like ultimate interaction between the viewers and the show itself. You can be on the show, you can interact while the show is happening. We're really excited for it, and it's kind of like a pop culture topic, which I love as well. So it's going to be really fun. I'm excited for that. Kicking things off over on this end, we want to show some love to our new subscribers like we always do. So our latest 10 subscribers are Brian Witham, Christopher Kuhl, Super B, and I don't think I should pronounce that last thing, just realizing that, Mr. Greginski, Russ Sternberg, Spade Chaddock, Maria Arenajewsk, again, as I always say, my little disclaimer on butchering names, Jason Baxter, Dan Murphy, and Weber Park. A couple other things I just wanted to make note of. You may have noticed, because we got a couple questions on this past couple Mondays, we were not streaming to Facebook. We made an executive decision to just stick to streaming on YouTube on Fridays, just so we could make the best show for you once a week. We just needed time to do our other work responsibilities. So we're no longer streaming on Facebook. We will do random streams for fun, but we're just sticking it to YouTube. Also, don't forget to join our Facebook user group because you get exclusive live streaming information and hang out with me in the chat during this show. Back to you, Paul.
All right. Thank you, Tess. What we're going to do next is we are going to bring up... Okay, one second. There we go. I got to get rid of this and this. Sorry, I do produce pretty much the whole show myself. Tess is starting to help me.
I'm trying.
But the way our show goes is that, by the way, everyone, stick around for the live giveaway. That's going to be in the post show at 2:25 Eastern. That's 11 a.m. 25 Pacific. And we're going to start off. We're going to give Andrew 60 seconds to answer each question. Andrew, tell us about an introduction to Wirecast.
Introduction to Wirecast. So Wirecast is a live streaming software. It's been around for about 13 years, 12 or 13 years. It was first done in 2004 by a little group of guys in their garage. And TeleStream came in and said, this is pretty awesome, and bought it in 2008. And they actually came on board and continued to design it ever since. It was designed with the idea to make live webcasting, live broadcasting the internet as easy as possible. They saw that basically this was coming into its own, and that people should be able to do this from their computers at home. And so that was how the software was built, and it's what we continue to do really well today. And we've just only gotten better every year. And I think each new release has just kicked so much more butt than the next one. So it's a really good time to get on board. And there's just, that's basically it. Lets you stream anywhere like we're doing right now.
Wonderful. Everyone that I talk to knows about Wirecast. You guys are like pretty much the guys in the live streaming space. Tell us about the Wirecast Gear, because this is something new for you guys.
Okay, so Wirecast Gear is something we're really excited about, and it's basically a simple concept. The idea came from the fact that every time people would call us and go, we love Wirecast, we're really interested in your software, but what computer should we buy? What computer should we run it on? What capture card should we use with our cameras? And so, it's rather than spending a bunch of time answering these questions, we still are happy to help you do that. If you have a computer you want to use it with, or a particular Mac, or a laptop, we can help you figure that out, of course. But we also figured, well, for those who don't want to do that, why don't we just build a system that's going to run Wirecast really, really well? So we spec'd out a machine, we contacted manufacturers, we sourced all the components, we got the best of breed of capture cards, of storage, of processing, of everything that you needed, and put it all in a really awesome form factor. And now we sell it as Wirecast Gear. So basically, it's the gear that goes with Wirecast.
It makes a lot of sense, actually.
Sorry, I just want to real quick check audio. We're getting some background noise, people were saying. So I don't know. They were saying sound like heavy breathing or something. They're saying it's a little better now. I just want to make sure.
My microphone, if I get too excited, I'm doing a desktop microphone. You can see right here, it's just a Blue Yeti. And so if I'm not careful, you could totally be picking up everything. Okay. So I'll try not to be too excited.
Okay, it seems like we're a little bit better.
It's going to be tough not to get excited about this next topic, which is our YouTube comments that we received over the past few weeks. A lot of you out there, I know, were part of this. I don't know, Andrew, I just kind of wanted to read a couple of these off and kind of talk about who and where and when people are using it. Chris Muss is saying live production and talks and concerts. So we found out that a lot of these people here are actually providing a live streaming service to others.
Yeah, I think that's it's a business, right? So it could be a hobby. It could be, like a dad on the weekends doing soccer games, or, it could be a church, somebody just volunteering at their church, or it could be someone who literally goes out and hires themselves out as a live event producer. And we know a ton of people using Wirecast for that. We work with large companies like Freeman, and other sort of professional companies that will go all over the country and send teams out, and they'll take boxes with Wirecast loaded on them and so forth to help produce everything from a conference on dentistry to I've talked to people working at the UN doing national diplomatic assemblies. So it could be just about anything. We recently had a success story where John Legend was using Wirecast to stream live to Facebook with Pandora. So it's all over the spectrum.
Yes, I saw that, and I was extremely excited about that. I saw that Marty McPadden was involved with that, along with, I think, a little bit, Stephen Haywood.
Yeah, the guy you're having on your show next week. So you should certainly talk to Stephen about that. Those guys are awesome. They're a great team, and they could tell you all about that because it was a really cool story.
So you host a live show. It's on Thursdays, right? And I wanted to ask you, I want to spend a lot of time on this. We got 2, maybe 3 points on this. Tell us, when did you start? What was the inspiration? And then I want to ask you about your recent and upcoming interviews that you're conducting.
So I kept telling people we started in June of last year, but apparently I'm wrong on that. I think we started closer to April. And so we're just coming up on a year now. The reason we started was because we had recently launched the Facebook Live. Like, Facebook had approached us and asked us if we wanted to integrate with their new third-party live API. And we were like, yeah, of course. So we did that. We put it in Wirecast 6. And we started streaming, and my job was just to show people that you could do this now in Wirecast, and it was super easy. And that got us on a regular cadence, which, as you know, I'm doing your own show, that it's really helpful. It's a great way to, something we've been thinking and talking about for a while, as a way for current Wirecast customers or new customers to come find us, to join a community like Tess is doing there, and just have a place to ask questions, share comments, and just kind of hang out every week. So we just started with that idea and have grown from there, and it's become a key part of our marketing outreach and customer support strategy. It's been great, and now my job is just to make sure that I have actually interesting things every week for people to come find and talk about. So I try to still keep the focus on Wirecast. I'll do something Wirecast specific, or if you want to learn something new, every week I'll do a tutorial. But we also bring on people way outside of my wheelhouse to try to find out how, to share knowledge or information. So, the one sort of unifying theme is that everybody has to somehow be involved with live streaming. Right. But other than that, we cover everything.
And so you've had some big names on the show, especially in the YouTube world. You had Derek, I forget his last name now.
Daryl Eves.
Yeah,
he's great.
And he's a huge YouTuber.
You should go back and watch that show if you haven't seen it. Yeah.
I saw that show. It was incredible. Who are the biggest names you've had? Who are the most exciting people you had? And what's upcoming? What's down the pipeline?
Yeah, so we've got some good names. We're constantly finding more and more people that are using Wirecast, so we'll continue to try to bring them on and just sort of touch base with them. But up till now, I've been very privileged to interview a bunch of people, and some of my favorites were, say, Guy Kawasaki, who's sort of big marketer and has written a lot of best-selling books. He's great. I had a great time interviewing him. Daryl Eves, of course, was amazing. Really looking forward to interviewing Mari Smith. A lot of the social media and internet marketers are very familiar with Wirecast or our ScreenFlow product, so we constantly run into them and are asking them to come on the show. But of course, we're also going to try to get out of just the marketing and internet world and start going into other areas. So I'd really like to interview, say, like the head of the USC medicine department. They're using that to live stream surgeries or teaching other students how to stream surgeries. I'd like to start interviewing, some concerts or live event specialists. So we'll try to branch out as we go on. And I haven't really had anyone from the house of worship or church market or anybody that's doing that on the live show. We've done some webinars, but I'd really like to bring some of them into. So there's just, there's a ton of stuff we could do, and I'm looking forward to continuing to pack the show with the best stuff, the best people we can find.
So you live stream mainly to Facebook. I think I saw you're doing Facebook and YouTube now, but you're really one of the leaders in the Facebook space.
So Facebook was what our focus was, but yeah, we've added YouTube. It's a challenge, like you were kind of saying at the beginning of the show, to try to simulcast, run the comments on all 3 platforms, stay up to date. I mean, that's you need to have like three sets of eyes and 8 hands, and it can get tricky. So we're going to try to continue to simulcast, and eventually we'll be doing it on a webpage, a dedicated webpage on our site as well, so people can always find it there or any past archive shows. So. But yeah, I'd say Facebook will continue to be our primary. If I had to, if we were to go, to a desert island with just one platform, we'd probably pick Facebook at this point, because that's where we started, and we want to stay there for now. But of course, YouTube is a really big partner of ours as well, and we really value it, and we want to be on there as well.
Okay, well, I want to ask you about new features now. Is there anything new in Wirecast that people should be excited about, or something that's coming out soon that we should all know about?
Yeah, I could give you, I think it's safe right now. We're about to launch the next update for for Facebook for Wirecast 7.4. So you should look for that very soon, any day now. And it's going to allow you to start scheduling your live events. So it's funny how
Very
Facebook
cool.
and YouTube approach this. YouTube started with scheduling and then added the live now sort of channel streaming. Facebook did it the reverse. It was like, start streaming live now, and now you can schedule. So they came with the scheduling later. So they've just introduced the idea of scheduling fairly recently, and now it's in Wirecast. And you can schedule the live events. You can schedule as many as you like, as long as they're no further than a week away. And Facebook's also pretty strict on how they, if you're not live within like 10 minutes of when you're supposed to be live, your event gets canceled.
Wow, I didn't.
Yeah, we
know that.
didn't experience that, luckily.
Yeah. So that's a new thing that apparently they're pretty strict on that. So it's going to be that's going to be a really cool feature for people, because now you don't really necessarily have to be right now. We've also redesigned the way the Facebook output looks, so it's easier to understand. There's helpful links you can find. We've taken advanced features like the sponsored branded content, advertising content into a different window, and we've also added some ambient streaming in there as well. So if you want to just start streaming but not get it recorded, go for a 24-hour live camera on, say, how your cameras get made or something, then that would be a different type of stream. So that's all stuff we're adding. There's also a bunch of other stuff that's kind of in the works, but I don't think it's made in 7.4 yet. And then we, of course, are constantly fixing bugs and making things run better. So there'll be a lot of that in this update as well.
Cool. Well, the last thing I have on my docket here is to have what is the future hold, I guess. You've got this brand new Wirecast gear. I know you guys are going to be at NAB, which is the big National Association of Broadcasters show. We're going to be both at that show, so it's a great chance for companies to see PTZOptics and Wirecast kind of at the same show. We're in the same hall. We're both in the South Hall of the National Association of Broadcasters in Las Vegas, the second or third week in April. But do you have any other shows people should be looking for you at, or you got something new coming out at NAB or anything like that in the future we should talk about?
Yeah, so NAB is it's in planning stages right now. This show is going to be a little different for us from previous NABs. We're doing a lot of different stuff there, so definitely check out the booth there. It's going to be really, really cool, I think, and a little bit different. We recently acquired a company called Vid Checker, which does like quality checking on all your video, like automated, so you don't have to resubmit it. Let's say you're submitting it to iTunes or Netflix, and you don't want to get they're like, hey, this sucks, you need to do this again. It does all that, saves you time. So there, I think will be a pretty big presence. And then our products are going through. We're coming out with some new stuff that we really want to talk more about. Like we have this new sort of amazing enterprise class live streaming device and appliance called Lightspeed Live Stream and Capture. And it basically takes what we're doing here as if this was the content that you wanted to stream out live, and then is scalable to the point where you could stream this and be your own CDN. You could serve up as many streams, you could package them, you could completely control the quality however you want. You can also capture every single frame that's coming in and then send it into the transcoding to be repackaged or reassembled, add advertising, captions, everything you need to do through the Vantage and sort of post-production, transcoding workflow, all on one box. So it's a really, really awesome stream. So you'll be finding out a lot more about that. I'll be putting out videos and things like that around that. It's definitely for, more than just content and streaming to YouTube. It's really a level above for, companies that need a really high-end encoder and streaming device.
Now, would you consider that more of a TeleStream product as opposed to a Wirecast product?
Yeah, so Wirecast is a sub-brand of TeleStream. It's a product that we make, Wirecast and Wirecast Gear. So one thing that people often confuse Wirecast is they think it's a company in and of itself. It's really a product that TeleStream makes. So you'll often find, even if you go to our Facebook page, you'll find it's TeleStream Wirecast. If you go to, say, NAB, you're not going to find a Wirecast booth. You'll go to the TeleStream booth and then go to the Wirecast demo stations. Wirecast itself, there will be some more Wirecast products in that product family line, but it definitely does not in itself produce its own products. It's not a company that stands alone from TeleStream.
Maybe we should have you come on, or someone come on the show as a TeleStream employee and kind of give us that extra kind of parent level overview. But anyway, we've got about, I don't know if you guys saw that, but we have about 5 minutes till the giveaway is launched. So you've got 5 minutes to go ahead and enter that contest. Thanks for sticking around. You do have to be watching live in order to win. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull 10 winners. All right, and the top one is the winner of the Wirecast Gear. If they're not here after about 2 minutes, maybe we'll give them 3 minutes, we're going to go to the next winner. And then the next winner. But all 10 of you guys are going to win something. Everybody else gets free Wirecast Gear virtual sets. The complete PTZOptics package. And then, Andrew, as you know, we actually have a free pack of virtual sets for all Wirecast users, which I believe is ptzoptics.com/landing/wirecast.html. Well, I'll have to figure that out, put it in the chat room. But everybody gets free virtual sets. Only one person wins the Wirecast Gear, and only 9 people get the complete, all 20 virtual sets that we offer.
Okay.
So let's roll the credits, and let's go to the post show.
Got a lot going on.
Right.
In the chat
And that's all, folks. Tune in next Friday on YouTube, and don't miss our new Facebook Live show, airing at the same time on Mondays. Have you joined our new Facebook user group? Stick around for a brief Q&A session where we answer your questions live.
Okay, and we are back. So, there is about 3 minutes till our live giveaway. I'm going to keep that up there. That way you guys